Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I will be talking about the idea of reflection. So, the line of reflection acts as a mirror and it is halfway between the point and its image. So, as an example, if you have a negative sign outside the original function, okay, so this is the original function. Original function is y equals to fx. And then if you have a negative outside the original function, the graph will be reflected through x-axis. So it makes sense. If, for example, you have y is equal to 4. So what is y equals to 4? So y equals to 4 is just this line here at 4. So this is the line of y equals to 4. Now if I have negative next to this original function, then it will be negative 4. So that means I'm just having it reflected along the x-axis. So it will be at point negative 4 here. So this is the line being reflected through x-axis. Okay. So as an example, this is the graph, okay, where this is 2 to the power of x. This is how it looks like. And if I have gx, which is negative 2 to the power of x, so therefore this graph here will be reflected on this part, and this is reflected through x-axis. So this is x-axis, this is like a mirror here, so it behaves like a mirror. And so this graph here will be reflected on the bottom part here. Now if the negative is inside the function itself, okay, it is next to x inside the function, then graph will be reflected through y-axis. For example, if this is the function, this is the original function, so this is original function, and because you have negative next to x, where this is actually inside the function, therefore the graph here will be reflected along this. This is the mirror, so this is the y-axis, so the graph will be reflected on this y-axis. If it is negative outside, the graph will be reflected on this x-axis. Okay, so let's look at some examples. So sketch the graph of fx is equal to x squared minus 4. Okay, so in order to sketch the graph, you can start with a very basic idea. For example, what is y is equal to x squared? So we all know that y equals to x squared will look like this. Okay, so if you have y is equal to x squared minus 4, that means this graph here will be shifted 4 units down. So it will be shifted 4 units down, and so at negative 4, and it will cross this line here at this point. So this one will be 2 and negative 2. So this is how y is equals to x squared minus 4 looks like. Now let us try and draw it in a bigger size. So I'm going to draw this in a bigger size. So this is my y-axis, x-axis, y-axis. So negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, 1 and 2, negative 1, negative 2, negative 1, negative 2, 3, maybe, so 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3, and -4. So this could be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the graph will definitely, the minimum point here is at -4. I'm just going to change it to blue color, and then it will goes up, smiley face, because this one is positive x square, so square here, -2 over here, so maybe something like that. Okay, so I'm just going to draw the solid line. Okay, so this is my y equals to x squared minus 4. Now the next question is asking you to sketch f negative x. So basically you are introducing the negative sign inside this function. So what it means is, if you introduce this negative inside that function, then this graph here will be reflected through y-axis. So that's the meaning of this. So the graph here will be reflected through y-axis. Now the y-axis will be a mirror. Okay, so this y-axis here will be the mirror, and therefore this line here will be reflected exactly at the same point as this line, and the same thing for this one. The blue line here will be reflected on this line. This is because the graph is actually symmetry, so the looks of f negative x, the looks of this function here is similar to the original function, so you will have the original function. Okay, so this is what happens when you introduce negative inside the original function. Now how about the second question here? So for this one, negative is outside this function, so because of that, the mirror is actually on the x-axis, so the graph will be reflected on this line, and it will just we have a mirror image on the other side. So for example, if this is at -4, then you're talking about this point. This point will be reflected on this point. Okay, so so we will have this graph. Okay, where the red one is actually the mirror image of the original graph. So just going to draw the solid line here. So this one is the graph being reflected on the x-axis. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.